Lick number 12 is Kenny's octave jump. And again, we're in the key of B flat minor here, and we're going to do something that's based on a lick made famous by the great Kenny Burrell. So in the key of B flat minor here, importantly, this run is a really famous lick played by Kenny Burrell, and it can again be used over a whole variety of feels. Right here we have the Chitlins Con Carne feel going on, which is one of Kenny's tunes from one of his records, Midnight Blue, which is an absolute classic. It was covered by Stevie Ray Vaughan and a bunch of other great guitar players over the years. It's kind of like a blues rumba kind of feel. And his solo on that record, it's in the key of C on his record. And it's not really minor on his record. It's more dominant 7 with a sharp 9 is more of the tonality. But we're working with what we have here today. This works in minor or major, as it turns out, this particular lick I'm playing. And what we're doing is we're kind of rolling into the root. And it's got this effect of like, if you think about a saxophone player and them kind of like the air going over the keys, and if you can almost hear like guys like Dexter Gordon or Lester Young, they have this sound where it's almost like Coleman Hawkins is another one. You can sort of hear the air going over the keys and like the key pads on the sax. And that's kind of what I think of when I think of this lick, is getting that. So you get that, if I slow it down a little bit, you're going from the dominant 7 and rolling up to the root chromatically. And of course you got that pick trill at the end, which is kind of like, sort of like tonguing vibrato on the saxophone is kind of how I think of it. Now we repeat the same thing going from the 4th up to the 5th with the flatted 5th in between. And then we do the same thing with the 7th up to the root again, so now we're kind of repeating the first lick. And then I'm ending it here, which he would do it this way sometimes. This is a lick that he would play over and over again on different tracks with a double stop that I'm kind of referencing, that's a constant reference for me, is going from the root and the 5th right here. So you got the B flat and the F, and then roll off. So altogether it sounds like this. And you really want to vary the intensity of your pick to give it that sort of dynamic breath, really, that sort of imitates a horn. So I'd encourage you to just kind of start soft, and then you kind of intensify at the end. And you can really vary it a lot, you know? And do all kinds of different versions of it. But this is a really cool example of how you can use, your pick to not only be precise and mid-rangey, but also get some dynamics in your phrases using the pick.